Hello guys, Brad here again, and today I thought I would share my top 10 favorite niche fragrances at the moment. It was over a year ago today that I shared my list, and my taste has changed, and I've discovered some new fragrances, so I thought it would be a great idea to update my list and share it with you guys. So coming in at number 10 is from the House of Art of Shaving, called Sandalwood. Now this one, I'm not even sure if it's technically niche or not. It is about $70 a bottle, so it's really not that expensive, but it is, sort of exclusive. It's only available at some certain stores, so I figured why not make it niche, and it's certainly worthy of top 10. A nice gentleman's sandalwood fragrance for that classic shaving smell. Number 9 is a fragrance that made last year's list, but it's really moved down to the bottom this year. Molecule 01. I really liked this when I first tried it. Got several compliments at work. I can see why people say this is a pheromone cologne, because it really just blew some people away. But if you're a collector like myself, if you smell a lot of fragrances, you will recognize ISOE Super as a very common ingredient in fragrances, and I can see why some people don't really care for it too much, because it is sort of bland, but it is very effective at the same time. Number 8, I put Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This one also slipped a couple of notches. I really love the dry down on this one. The opening is very smoky and tobacco-ish, so a bit daring for work, but a very nice smelling fragrance as well. So it made my number 8 this year. Coming in at number 7, another fragrance that slipped a couple of notches and could easily be number 1 on anybody's list. Creed's Aventus, a very seductive, sexy fragrance. Perhaps better for evening wear than day wear, but it is a great smell, and there's no reason why it shouldn't be in the top 10. I'm just not sure if I would ever buy a bottle of it. Plus, it just gets so much attention in the community. Just hearing about it all the time almost makes you hesitant to buy it, even though nobody in my area really wears it. I just prefer fragrances that are a little bit more under the radar for some reason. That's just my personality, I think. Number 6 is Frapin's La Humaniste. This would make a nice everyday fragrance for an older gentleman. Has like classic, like lemony, sparkly smell to it. It's not real strong, almost like an aftershave kind of a feel to it. But it is very well done for what it is. Some people say this is kind of like the niche version of Edition Blanche as well. I almost considered buying a decan of this one at one point, but I probably won't. But it's worthy of number 6, I think. Number 5 is a fragrance that I actually did buy a bottle of recently from the Fragrance Bros. Kerosene's Santalum Slivers, probably my favorite kerosene fragrance at the moment. Gorgeous sandalwood base, bright orange top notes, really nice, and you really need to check that one out if you like oranges or sandalwood. Number 4, this was last year's number 1, Ceres number 7. I recently bought a bottle, and I think I've kind of gotten a little bit tired of it over the years. Just wearing it. It doesn't quite blow me away like it once did, but it's still good enough, I think, to own. Number 4, Ceres number 7. Number 3 is a Creed that is really under the radar compared to other Creeds in the category. The Millesime line of Green Irish Tweed and Millesime Imperial. There's also one called Silver Mountain Water. It doesn't get quite as much love, but perhaps my favorite one at the moment. I wore it to work one day, and people were telling me how great it smelled, and I thought, you know what? This is probably the best of the bunch right there, because very fresh, easy to wear, people pleaser, and yeah, I put it as number 3. Number 2 actually moved up a couple of notches. I recently got a little half-ounce bottle of this one. Hermescence Vetiver Tonka, my favorite Hermescence, and definitely one of the best niche fragrances out there. Very easy to wear all seasons. You can pull it off in the winter, probably in the summer as well. Just a nice take on vetiver, the sweetness. And number 1, I decided to go ahead and go with Bond Number 9's Riverside Drive. I just love this fragrance. As some people suggest, it's kind of like a niche version of Curve, which is another people pleaser. Get lots of compliments with this one. See no reason why it shouldn't be my number one. I've never been told I smell like a pickle, like some people suggest. Maybe it's skin chemistry, or maybe it's just weird perceptions. Whatever. I love Riverside Drive, and you know, if I ever, you know, wanted to buy an expensive niche bottle, that would probably be one to think about in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.